Do I still sound all right?
Well, I hope everybody's motherfucking ready. Niggas and bitches, welcome to the Elbow Drop Podcast. Tonight I will be your host, the boniest of all the homies, Beast Mode Bones. And to my left, just showing up and looking like he's using a webcam from 2006 that probably costed $200 back then, but now it's probably worth 45 cents. Big Ice, Bobby Miller.
First of all, I'm to your right, and then you know what I'm saying, it's the same camera that I've been using. Left.
If you look at the
but you're looking at the camera.
I know. You look at direction. I'm looking on the show. To my left is you.
Whatever, man.
And below me, we have Redacted Ted. I can't say his name anymore because he's sponsored. The ultimate ninja, Ted Van Dam.
Thank you, sir. That was appropriate. Appreciate you, sir.
And diagonally to me, if I wanted to take him out, I would need to be a bishop in chess. We have DJ Spike Studley of the Studley Show. Please unplug the Studley Show, of which I am a guest on frequently.
I wouldn't say frequently, nigga.
I mean, as far as guests, like this isn't. You don't think it's frequently because I'm supposed to be a full-time cast member. But as far as
look, you even on the banner. Why did I put you here? You haven't earned that spot. Anyway, how you doing? Subscribe to the Studley Show on YouTube.
So Randy's trying to get in real quick.
Who was trying?
Yeah, he said it. He said it won't let him open the link. Sounds like it's a him problem.
Yes. Oh.
Oof. Yeah.
Dang, mean about it, huh?
Shit.
I mean, everybody else here?
You're right.
I was the first one here. I was here before Bones.
That's usually, yep. Well, sounds about right.
I would like to give him a couple minutes. Anybody want to talk about anything of importance while we on the intro slide?
No,
we get to this tag go turn. I would love for Randy to actually be here for it.
If anybody's in the MVD area, I have a show this Friday at Push Comedy Theater in Norfolk.
I ain't heard word you said. Hibbity hoopla.
Hibbity blah 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 blah. Can you hear me better now?
Hibbity hoopla.
Ooh, can you hear me better now? Still the same whackness?
A little bit.
A little better? Not even. Better?
Much better.
Yeah.
Now, you said you have a show in Maryland?
Nah. Well, MVD area. If you're in Maryland, Virginia, or DC, I have.
Wait, what did you just call it?
MVD. DMV. People call it DMV, but I think that sounds horrible.
I've never heard MVD. That sounds horrible.
You think that sounds worse?
Yes.
Well,
because of familiarity.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're in the East Coast on the southern hemisphere, on the southern side, and you're in Norfolk, Virginia, come out to Push Comedy Theater, 8:00. We have a show. It's the only people of color improv group on the East Coast. So if you think black people are funny, and we do improv too, and they let me in the group, and I do stand up. We're gonna be having a great ass time. So come the fuck out.
Bones, question for you.
Live, save. Trying to get Randy in here. Still.
Cool. I got a question for you in the meantime.
I got an answer.
Bet. So a couple minutes ago, you were doing like this with your shirt, right? You was doing like this with your shirt. I'm assuming you were hot. Your AC broke. You doing like this, right? Yes or no?
Burn it up, yeah.
Okay. Is that you got a bunch of tattoos, or is that just taco meat? Like what?
Both.
Oh, okay. All right, you can put it down. Stop. Put it down.
I have a manscape, but also I do have a bunch of tattoos.
Okay, so it's a mixture.
Sailor, man.
I think I've got like 22 hours.
A mixture
on my chest and back.
22 hours of tattoos or hair?
Tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Tattoos.
It looks like both.
About 1 day of hair.
Back when Bones had 2 kids, he used to get a tattoo every week.
We had one. If we had one eye on this, I would go for it. Back. Wait. You baby when I had 2 kids?
You only had 2 kids. You got a tattoo every week.
I was getting tattoos like all the time.
You make fun of me for having boring skin.
What?
That's how vanilla paper ass skin.
I'm darker than Jux.
empty art project ass skin. Can you try to send him a link, Bobby? I mean, he got about 30 seconds.
Let me see what I can do.
There he is.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay.
Then what's up, Randy? There he is.
All right, cool.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
We can start our show for our zero people watching.
They got us on the watch back.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Spike? You knew I haven't met you before.
What's up, Brandy? How you doing, bro?
Good, man.
I was thinking the same thing.
Say you got some small ass legs to get tatted, Bones. Little legs.
I can really get some like stick figures on there. And then it just be like I got a tattoo of me on my calf.
That'd actually be cool.
Self-portrait.
It'd be like a self-portrait of me on my tablet. I need the beard. All right. Let us move forward to Randy's tag team tournament. And today I put the seating on there so we can see how Spike. I want to explain to you. We did not come up with this seating. We let Randy make his list of his top 32 teams and put them in his order.
Oh, he did that.
Yeah, that was him. That was
he did
all Randy. So when you see the Wild Samoans at number 3, and we go to the next one, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
That means he thinks that the Wild Samoans are the third best tag team of all time
in the world ever.
Ever. This.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind. If you're ever around or if you're ever watching future tournament entries, just keep that in mind. I'll just say that.
All right, bet.
Nobody
So
else
here we
knows
are.
who the Anderson brothers are best friends are.
I love it. Just by chance, we got Wild Samoans and God together for this.
Did he go away?
Hey, Randall, can you Well, he did freeze completely, but I was going to ask him to turn his camera sideways. I don't know why he's frozen. I got 2 of him.
God damn. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, snap.
And neither one of them
Now
were.
that
I don't know what's going on with Randall. We'll let him figure that out. Oh, well, everybody vote for God so Randy come back mad.
Yeah. Aren't they them daddies?
I can't, bro.
That's their daddies, huh?
I can't do that.
nah.
Or
I can't.
grandpas?
Wrong side. Wrong side.
Wrong side.
Yeah.
I got you.
Gorillas
confused,
of
too.
Destiny is the Tongans, so they're
That's Maine.
They fake
Ming. Yeah, Ming sons.
adopted.
Whatever.
They adopted?
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
I think Tonga Tonga is actually his nephew, and Tonga Loa might be his actual son.
Okay.
Yeah, it's something going on with all that.
It's funny because I just found out that the other nigga was his son. But anyway,
Right.
I'm taking the Wild Samoans easy over Gorillas of Destiny. This is a no-brainer, unfortunately, because I really just hate Randy having anything going for himself. You just add him.
You hate the Tongans.
Oh, I do.
You hate
I
there
beat
two of me
Tonga
again?
Tonga ass in a real fight.
Is
There
there
you
only
go.
one of me this time?
Yes. You're
All right.
good.
Randy, do you mind,
I don't know what the fuck none of that was.
do you mind putting your phone on auto rotate and turn it sideways?
Yeah.
Bet.
There we go.
All right, so
All right,
My
so
boy
obviously
Wild
Wild Samoans, right?
yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna push back on that. Mitch, are you?
Not yet.
Oh, man.
Not yet.
I mean,
Nah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna push back. I mean, them being out of all the tag teams in the history of tag teams, I think Wild Samoans being number 3 is pretty crazy. But
it's insane. But in this matchup,
They had what 24 tag team championships around.
You might want to
multiple
save your
different
ammunition.
companies.
yeah, you might want to say that for when it matters, because right now you already got this one locked up. As
When
far as
you're
the-
gonna
Save your-
100%
I'll hold on
save
to
that
it. I'll hold
ammo.
on to it.
Save your ammo, Randy. Save your ammo.
All right, you can mark that one down.
Okay.
Though. Apparently, we all gonna go Wild Samoans right here.
Oh yeah.
The next slide, we got the New Age Outlaws, the Road Dogg Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, versus the New Day, who is ranked 14 out of everybody.
Wow.
Ever.
14.
Yeah,
So first of all,
yeah. I think a good case can be made for that.
First of all, I would like to remind everybody who's watching this, it is in fact a black podcast. Believe it or not. When you put the New Day at 14, you feel like it's got to be some racism involved there somewhere. It has to be, right? Randy is black. You can't tell what he is right now, but he's black mostly.
But he's black.
I am.
He can say
despite
nigga.
popular belief.
That's a crime, bro.
I made a black person.
Ted made that person.
Dave,
I made a
I don't think
black
14 is bad, but I think that the reason why I put them below other teams was because they had a really strong reign for a small amount of time.
Really?
All right, cool.
Like when they first turned heel up until Biggie won the title was only like a 5-year period.
Okay.
Bitch.
Didn't they have the?
All right, so who y'all voting
Didn't they
for
have
then?
the
I'm
record
voting
for the
New Day.
longest title reign? Didn't they have the long?
Yes,
Oh,
they
what's
have-
up? Yeah,
They have-
they had it, but they lost.
No, hold on.
They held the titles for
They had
longer
a
than
strong
anyone ever.
title reign, but it wasn't a long period of time. At one point, it was the longest period of time.
Yeah, but what they do after that? As a team, besides the most success they had was 2 of them went off as singles.
I would like to request a list, please, of all the. I would like to request the full list.
We're gonna dive more into this as we go forward, but I think right now I'm taking New Day. Bobby taking New Day, I'm assuming.
Definitely.
Spike taking
Definitely New Day.
Taking New
Absolutely
Day.
New
Randy's
Day.
the opposite taking New Day, right?
New Day.
Yeah, I'm taking New Day.
And the next one,
They have
number
fucking
11, the Steiner Brothers versus 22, the British Bulldogs. It's amazing that they're above. We'll get to that later, obviously, but we got a lot of stuff to cover.
I'm taking Steiners.
Taking the Steiners. This
I'm
is
taking the Bulldogs just off the bullshit fact that the Steiners are higher than the New Day.
Of course, the Steiners are higher than the New Day.
I
They
don't-
dominated like every single company they were a part of. Look at their
Which is why them
accomplishments compared
and
to
the New
Day.
Day should be higher. But we not gonna get into that.
Because the New Day also dominated every single company they were a part of. All right, so we got the Steiners moving forward. Let's
Definitely.
move on again. Knock these out.
Who the fuck?
Number 27, the original Briscoe brothers. I believe the other guy's name is Wayne. I don't know.
It was Jerry and Jack.
Jerry and Jack. Gerald
I know Gerald.
Briscoe and
We
Jack.
all know Gerald the Stooge.
And Jack.
Yeah,
Versus-
Gerald and Jack.
Right. LPA.
From
who
when
is that?
Gerald was good before doing
Nigga, I
all
don't
that.
know. Who's
La
the-
Paraja Atomica.
That's Gordy Guerrero.
El Santo and
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Gordy Guerrero and El Santo, the 2 biggest Mexican stars of that generation.
Is that the first Gold Dust?
Bro, I vote tie. How about that? How about I vote tie for this?
Right.
I'm gonna go.
I'm voting
I'm
LPA.
voting Briscoes.
You're gonna vote Briscoes?
100%.
Why is that?
Why did you put LPA 6? Don't ask me questions.
I had very good reason for putting them 6.
I would
Oh,
love to
shit.
hear. Oh my goodness.
If a tree
I'm gonna go.
falls in the
I'm gonna
forest,
go.
if a tree
I'ma
falls
go
in the forest and I'm not there to hear it, I will not tell you that's louder than my subwoofers.
I'm gonna go LPA as well, just for one round only because I'm very familiar with the legend of El Santo.
Are you very familiar
Yeah.
with the legend of this tag team? Because if
This
that's the
tag
case,
team was a
I wanna
huge
know
part
where
of
the
El
Brothers of
Santo's
Destruction at on this
legacy.
list. If that's
It
the
led
case, I
to
wanna
what
know
was
where the Rock and
considered the
Sock
most
Connection is on
important
this
match
list.
in Mexican history.
Not that I'm also familiar with how big that Guerrero name is in Mexico
Rock and
as
Sock
well.
Connection.
So at this point, for this round, I trust Randy's judgment of how big this tag team was based off of those 2 names in relation to the Briscoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah, let's let LPA move on. I'm assuming Ted don't care.
I'm not, man. You ain't got no pictures. You got no pictures in color, bro. I picked the brown people.
And
With the haircuts.
so next up, we're going through our awards that we put up. We let everybody vote on it for the half year. Who's did what? Who's went so far? Randy has all the answers. Bobby has this too. Bobby probably the one who need to read it since Randy's coming from his phone. But yeah, let's go through these and talk about them for a short amount of time because we got a shitload of shit to talk about.
All right, so these were voted throughout the three black wrestling groups that we know about in this motherfucker on Facebook. Randy put the polls up in those groups. All the black people around here voted. So we have first the male wrestler of the year voted by y'all is Swerve Strickland, the AEW champion, male wrestler of the year. Women's wrestler of the year, we got, and also these are half year rankings, so these are for like the first half of 2024. Somehow we got Rhea Ripley. Best match because she was hurt for the majority of 2024.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Her star power and being the top woman in wrestling carried her.
You said what?
I think that was the big thing.
I guess.
Rhea only been hurt for about 2-3 months.
It was like it was kind of like what Bones' argument was when we were talking in the chat. How good of a 3 months can you have that it surpasses someone else who had a less good 6 months?
Okay. That's fair. Best match. We have Cody versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, where Cody finally finished his story. Feud of the year. You all voted Cody versus the Bloodline. What is BSOTY? Breakout star of the year. We got Braun Breaker.
I was really surprised Solo didn't win that one.
Braun shouldn't even been nominated.
Solo is I'm not surprised because Solo is quite polarizing right now, and plus his breaking out kind of just started, whereas Braun started.
Should have been nominated.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's just, I'm saying that just because Solo is higher up on the card than Braun is now.
Yeah, but like I said, people have mixed feelings about him as a character personally, and that spot on the card literally just started. Braun had started breaking out and getting popularity with the tag team with Baron Corbin earlier in the year, and he's only been trending up.
Yeah, that's true, and I think it's pretty universal that he deserves that spot. So I get it.
I agree.
That's breaking out, Trev. I'm sorry, Xerox. Worst wrestler of the year, Ridge Holland. I don't know what he's even done this year, but I guess that's why
Jericho, but everybody hates him because he has black groups about somebody who murdered the career of Big E. So
yeah,
okay.
plus he injured more people this year. Like it wasn't even just that one.
That was the one
that
we cared about as people.
Yeah, but like his whole gimmick in NXT was the guy who keeps injuring people. Like that's how bad he is.
Okay.
My vote was Jericho, but worst match of the year, Jimmy Uso versus Jay Uso, and there's an anecdote here that says Jericho versus Hook won in the BWO, but Jimmy versus Jay won everywhere else. Think that's kind of that says a lot about how pro WWE the BWO is more than anything.
Yeah, if you look at
a lot of hype for
votes
that
in
match
the NAWF group, a lot they were way friendlier to AEW than y'all were. Like Will Ospreay was their male wrestler of the year.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
it's
Will Ospreay. Interesting.
yeah, they were friendly there.
The holy shit moment of the year was the YS6 debut. Promotion of the year is WWE, and non-wrestler of the year is Paul Heyman.
All
It
of
should have
which
been
are
Samantha Irvin.
like expected.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna get into any deeper because I'm trying not to get divorced.
Heyman deserved it, man, especially after he sold that beat down. Got to give it to Heyman, man. He's been the glue
100%.
of this whole story with the bloodline.
He's the only reason it was interesting.
He
Roman
sold
great.
the bloodline into killers. Like he made
Yeah,
them horrifying seeming, even before Jacob was there.
All right, so we good?
We good.
Heyman.
So the first unpopular opinion that you guys gave us is that Bobby's gonna have to read these because I don't know exactly what they are. But,
You put them in order in the way that I gave them to you, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So basically what we doing, let me preface this on how we even got to this point. So y'all have been putting out some rather interesting takes here in the BWO. Very, very interesting. What the fuck going on? Is that only on my end?
I think that's Randy.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway,
I was just about to mute my shit.
That's so painful, man.
but yeah, some rather interesting opinions. So I made an unpopular opinion thread in the BWO and was just like, you know what? Just put y'all unpopular opinions here. Let's see what these opinions are. There was a bunch of them. I decided to take some, put them on the pod, and we're gonna talk about them. So the first one is Will Ospreay is the best wrestler of this decade, and it's not close. Now we're talking about this decade, so we're talking about at least from 2020 to now.
Mm-hmm.
Will Ospreay is the best wrestler of this decade. What y'all think about that?
Who said that?
First of all, if you don't care about things,
I don't even know anymore.
If you don't care about things like charisma or ring psychology, if you just want to see a circus act, then yes, I completely agree. All I don't know though, because Reggie's giving him a run for his fucking money. If we just want to see some goddamn flips and shit.
Man said Reggie. I don't know about that, bro.
If all we care about is seeing some goddamn flips and shit, why not? Barnum and Bailey. But if we're being realistic about being wrestler of the goddamn decade, how is it not Roman Reigns? And I'm just
I agree.
You can argue Roman Reigns and put somebody else there. It ain't gonna be Will Ospreay, who's done nothing of fucking note except be the top guy in the Indies. And I don't mean
he
top
wasn't
guy
even
in the JPW. I mean the top guy.
He wasn't even a main eventer. He wasn't even a main eventer all decade. In the first half of the decade,
I did try to be
like a mid carder.
It's about it. You know what I mean, man.
He's the white Ricochet.
Yeah.
Basically.
But
I always argue that if Ricochet was in if they were swapped, if they swap positions, they'd be in the exact same positions that they are in.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like they'd be in the exact same position.
If Ospreay had been in WWE and Ricochet had been in where he was, I think I agree with that.
I think Ricochet just went to WWE too soon. That's all.
I don't think it would matter when Ricochet went to WWE. He the best he was ever going to be was North American champion.
Ospreay is a better mic worker than Ricochet, though. I will give him that. He is better with character stuff than Ricochet ever.
Bones would be a better mic worker.
You and Ricochet are the exact same person on the mic.
But what's up, Bones?
I said you and Ricochet are the exact same person on the mic.
That says a lot. by Ricochet. But still, no, Ospreay is not the best wrestler of this
So
day.
we all agree. This
I really want to know who said that.
I didn't.
Oh, I know who
I
said
didn't
that.
keep.
Will
I didn't
Ospreay
keep
said
who
that.
said them.
It was Jason.
I just copied and pasted the takes.
It was Bill Ospreay.
Yeah. Exactly. That's who it was.
All right, we ready for the next one?
There it is.
AEW and WWE would both benefit from a partnership, and here's the unpopular part: WWE more so than AEW. I
That's
wish
ridiculous.
that person was here. I wish that person was here to explain that, like how that
I just
is
said
even
Cesaro's back.
possible.
You got
I just had a
Cesaro
okay.
back.
I just had a very similar conversation with a friend of mine who's a huge TNA fan. When Jordan Grace showed up in NXT, and he was mad that Jordan Grace lost, and I was trying to explain to him how business works and why that makes sense and why that was obviously always going to happen. And he was basically making the same argument. Like, no, WWE does not benefit by working with AEW except for like a small boost for a period of time to do an invasion angle. AEW would massively benefit from being in front of a crowd that big. Like, obviously, they benefit more. They're the smaller company.
Exactly. My thing is WWE has been perfectly fine without partnering with anybody. How would they automatically benefit more for somebody who's trying to reach them?
They could
With
benefit
somebody with
more,
less.
more as a stretch.
They could benefit, but not more than AEW would benefit from them.
Nobody who is aware of AEW isn't aware of WWE, but the opposite of that, there are many people who are not aware of AEW, so they obviously benefit more from the platform.
Here's the thing.
Here's a metaphor for you. If they partnered up, WWE would be the NBA and AEW would be the WNBA.
Yeah. Nobody watches the WNBA who doesn't watch the NBA.
You wouldn't even give them the ABA?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And I mean last year at that too. It would be supplemental. All right, next. Right?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
There you go.
I believe Joe Hendry could pull off a Homelander gimmick better than Cody would.
Hell no. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, man.
Oh, I mean, his would actually be a Homelander gimmick. Cody's isn't really.
I was about to say that's why I think from what I know about the Homelander character, because I don't really watch show like that, but from what I know and understand about what the Homelander character is and how it applies to Cody, I think Joe Hendry would kind of kill that with his gimmick.
I think
Homelander's evil. He's the villain.
I think we're only making this conversation based on the fact that Cody and Joe Hendry have blonde hair.
Yes, that is a big part of it.
100% of why this.
That's a big part of it.
But I do think Hendry would play the character well. He also has that kind of like fake pseudo inspirational gimmick, which is also true about Homelander.
So next.
The reign of black champions currently is unethical.
I want that explained more.
I had that person explain it more. I would have to go find what they said.
Please do.
And it still didn't make too much sense, but I can try to go find it real quick.
I need to know. And when you find it, tell us who said this. We need to know who's saying this dumb stuff.
That's what
I'm guessing what he means is like how badly they've been booked is unethical. I'm assuming because it's a black group, but I mean it's not really clear.
I don't.
By the way, I just want to point out that Bones' son is the one that's made the comment about Will Ospreay. Your boy.
Oh, I'm not shocked about that at all. I wish
Jason.
Who?
Jason
O'Connor.
O'Connor.
Yeah, he's a big
Okay.
AEW guy. I know.
And
So the guy in the BWO named
Ospreay guy.
Clayton
He's like,
Brown said,
bro,
Man, I would
Ospreay
hate
is
to have to
facing
block
a
him
mock.
on
I'm
Facebook
excited.
so close to his birthday. Like his birthday was just a few days ago.
shout out to Clayton Brown who said this one. I asked him, can you go into this more? He said, why does it seem that the only historic singles reign as of late is only catered to those that are successful to the lower stages of WWE, and in AEW, it took Swerve so long to get there as champs. He said the call-ups on WWE take a lot longer for shots in comparison to that of a Braun Breaker. For example, look at Melo. He mentions how Trick just lost his title, and he says the only one right now that seems to hold credibility is Obafemi.
Get that Hotep shit the fuck out of here. That shit don't even make. Do not bring up fucking what's his name? I just forgot his name that fucking fast. Don't bring up Melo, who immediately shows up like, oh, I'm the top draft pick. Let me go fight fucking Cody. Like, stop acting like title shots matter. Facing Sami Zayn for a title is not bigger than facing Cody Rhodes for not a title. It just is. It's not even.
It's not even that, and he's not the first person that tried to compare Braun and Melo and act like Braun is getting this bigger push. They were on the exact same level on the card. Braun fought for a title and lost. Melo on that same show fought for the Money in the Bank and lost. That's equivalent.
Yeah, I think that I get his point in that Braun is getting pushed more. Like, ultimately, Braun's the one really positioned to be the guy. I don't think Melo is positioned to be that in the same way. But there are. I don't think that just looking at a black wrestler and a white wrestler and being like the white wrestler is being pushed more is enough to make that point, because there might be a reason why that's not race-based. In this case, Braun is like superhuman looking. Melo is relatively short. Braun is probably more marketable. And I don't think that's just because he's white. I think if Obafemi doesn't get the same push, that might be a better comparison.
My thing about that is that Melo is 100% charisma based. So when he get on the mic and start fucking up, what can you do with him at that point? Like you got all right, let me pull him back until he get himself together. It don't say they put him on the back burner, but then he can't be pushed like that when he fucking up on the mic and he's 100% charisma based. Like you have to have that charisma with him.
Bones
to work.
Yeah. Also, they're pushing Trick Williams. Trick Williams is basically the guy in NXT right now, and I think they're going to push him hard when he gets called up.
Oh, what's up, guys? Not bad.
I bet.
All right, we got you.
It's okay.
Let me go back to
Yeah,
y'all talking about NXT
more of a
always.
discussion for us anyway.
Yeah, y'all talking about NXT bullshit.
I really believe Laya Valkyria is one of the best women they have on the roster. Not after that Money in the Bank showing. I don't know. She had.
I guess it depends on what you call one of the best. Like if you're top 15 of 20, are you one of the best?
Yeah,
I guess
they need to have a qualifier there. Like, where's the line? Because I mean, if you're like doing top 5, absolutely not. If you're doing top 10, absolutely not. But top 15, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, she can get it. She can
At
probably
that,
get it.
At that point, is that one of the best though?
Well, no, you know what?
That's exactly.
I don't think it's not a lot of women. First of all, I don't think I would put her in my top 15. And I personally have a bias against her. I don't see what anybody sees in her anyway, so I'm the wrong person.
There's no way you can name 14 women in the WWE that's better than Lyra Valkyria right now. There's no way.
Nia Jax, Bailey,
stop it.
Becky Lynch.
First of all, okay, hold on. What are we talking about?
Let him go.
Whoa. What are we talking about? We talking about in ring? Or are we talking about
the whole package? You asked me how good wrestlers. I'm talking about the whole package. Otherwise, we can go back to visit why Will Ospreay's better than everybody.
Well, so what are we talking about when you
The
say
whole
best,
package.
best, one of the best? What are we talking about? Based on what?
The whole package.
The whole package.
The presence.
They just said one of the best women they have on the roster.
Okay, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the whole package.
Okay, go. Start over.
Nia.
1.
Becky Lynch.
2.
Bailey.
Yes.
3.
Yes.
Io Sky.
4.
Yes.
The little pirate chick.
Yes.
The captain of Team Kick.
Yes.
Captain of who?
Liv Morgan.
Yes.
What's that girl name? The golf chick.
The goth. Oh, Isla Dawn.
No, not that one, but yes.
Oh, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire, Roxy. The question is, can I name 15 women at this point? What's
Is Isla Dawn better than her?
No,
I don't know if I would agree with that.
Okay, well, I'll take Isla Dawn back. Candice Wrestling.
neither is Dakota Kai. Neither is
Dakota Kai,
Kylie
that's
Sane.
who-
Dakota Kai is
Dakota Kai,
debatable.
Shayna Baszler. Way
Yes,
Yes.
except for the packaging, but yes.
Yeah, except for packaging. But
The packaging is part of overall, is it not?
no, I'm talking about the booking.
No.
not her packaging.
Yeah, like it's not her fault. She's been booked bad. That's what we mean.
Okay, keep going, Bo.
Oscar.
I was about to say, is Oscar still on there?
Yeah, she is.
Who else be wrestling? Lola.
Did Charlotte count anymore?
Lola Vice. Charlotte.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now you're just trolling. Now you're just naming people.
Lola Vice.
Yeah,
Lola
I heard
Vice
you
is
said.
better.
You don't have to repeat her name.
Yes, she's better. What do you mean I'm
No,
trolling?
she's not.
Yeah.
In what way? How?
Lola Vice is
wrestling.
better.
No, she's not.
Jade Cargill.
Is not better than Lyra Valkyria.
Nah.
Not in the ring, but she's a better
What are you
overall
talking
package.
about?
Overall pack. Like what the fuck you gonna do with Lyra in any circumstances? Would you rather have Lyra or the worst version of Jade Cargill hold your title? Be honest.
Lyra, because at least
You
she
would
can
not.
wrestle a match.
You would not.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill
I
will
can't
sell
put
tickets.
Jade over.
Lyra will not.
So how did y'all feel about Goldberg? Y'all thought William Regal should have been world champion instead?
Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yes.
I love William Regal, dude.
What?
Like WCW Mark. You talking to
William-
WCW? But wait,
William
I'm back in the
Regal's not a good
conversation.
example because he has charisma. Lyra does.
DDP. DDP's the man too.
No charisma in WCW.
I just want to talk about DDP now.
All right, cool. Overall, though, we all do agree this is wrong, right? Even me.
Right.
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Except
saying. No,
Spike
I'm not
might
saying
not.
that I disagree with it, but I disagree
you
with you
disagree
saying
with-
that she's
you
not
say
in
I
the
named
top
15.
15 because she definitely is. You named about 6 or 7 names that shouldn't even be on the list.
But I named like 35 names, though.
Point taken. Point taken.
If you want to take off 6, that's fine.
Nah.
All right, and
All right. So it says WWE is drama that involves wrestling. AEW is a wrestling show.
That was definitely made by an AEW fan.
Of course. That doesn't. I mean,
first of all,
drama that involves wrestling. I
we
mean,
need to
I mean,
stop.
is that a bad thing though?
It's not.
At the
First
end
It
of
can be
first of all,
true sometimes, but it works.
We need to stop pretending.
I'm not even a huge fan of the drama. I think it's corny sometimes, but it sells to a bigger market.
Now fuck that. I love Dom and fucking whatever going on with
You know
Dom
what?
and all them
Yeah,
bitches.
Yeah.
That's just dope. Fuck you.
We need to.
It's not really for me, but it has been done well.
We need to
I
stop
like- and it
pretending
does
that
sell.
AEW is doing something different from WWE. It's both the same shit. It's all sports entertainment. The only difference is sometimes AEW be like, you know what? To prove that we're a wrestling show, let's not have a story with this match. Let's just say we're having a dream match because it's a dream match. That's the only difference, and that's also the reason why AEW trash. So the difference between WWE and AEW is the decisions that they make that make AEW worse. So to say that,
I
because
think
it's not
that-
we're not getting great. Are we getting great matches in WWE on a consistent fucking basis? You can't name with the
No.
last pay-per-view, which only ring work only did not have a great match.
No, yeah, I mean, like occasionally we'll get one on a pay-per-view, but usually
Every
the
pay-per-view,
best thing about
Randall-
matches is the way that they carry storylines in WWE.
Bless you.
Thank you.
No problem.
In WWE, the storylines come first. The matches work to serve the story. In AEW, it's the opposite.
No, AEW don't care about the storyline at all. It's not-
They did when Cody was there.
They got like three. They got like three storylines, and they storylines when they good, they fucking good. But they fucking don't be. They don't do it for some reason. Like the whole
Yeah,
the whole.
that's
Hangman
kind of my
shit was
point,
basic.
though.
whole Hangman shit was amazing all the way through. One of the best
Yeah.
stories of the fucking generation.
MJF versus CM Punk was another one. They do have some good stories sometimes, but very
The
often
Rhodes
their
Brothers.
stories work to lead to a match they want to have. Like that's the purpose of doing it, is to get to a match they want to have.
Yo, she got a
Corey
point.
just like literally nailed it.
Yep.
To this point wrong.
It was in fact ass, yes.
Yeah, it was.
All right, and moving on.
They did. All right. Next. So
I don't even get
they
this.
said Trips took everything Tony Khan did with AEW from 2019 to 2021, from the booking to the storytelling, everything, and applied it to WWE when he gained creative control, just to show Tony Khan how to do it better.
Can I say something real quick?
What's up?
That
Please,
might be the
please.
dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Thank you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. He spoke for all of us.
Yeah, that doesn't even mean anything.
He spoke
Like,
for all
what
of
does
us.
that mean?
I don't even. That's dumb. That's the dumbest shit ever.
He took nothing from Tony Khan. Like Trips
He was
did
doing
what he
this
was
in
doing
NXT.
in NXT. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real. For real. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I'm gonna need a list of everybody that said this shit. For real.
You want names? You want addresses? You look upset.
Yeah.
You look
I'm definitely gonna
Occupations,
keep on going from there.
Social security numbers.
upset. Right. Firstborn child's name.
So for this one, it says flashback. Instead of the Damian Priest cash in, Rhea should have stole the case and cashed in on Gunther to keep the China style story as the second woman IC champ. The perfect way to introduce a women's mid card title.
Where Bones at to say the whole shut the fuck up thing? What?
You
I
got
don't
20
know
minutes.
what the fuck happened with Bones.
20 minutes of that. Let's go
What?
back and say it.
I don't even know what the
Just
fuck to
next
say to
one,
that.
please.
So
Oh.
basically,
That
yeah.
was
So
dumb.
basically,
Come
they
on.
think
Come on. This is weird.
Rhea
Rhea
should beat Gunther for some reason.
yeah, they think that Damian Priest should still have the cash, should still have the briefcase, and basically at
No.
SummerSlam, Rhea should
Corey's
be
comment.
cashing in on Gunther right now,
Was that
so
Loveless?
she could be
Like,
world champion. No, none of these. That's the thing. None of these were Loveless. Loveless been going through some shit, and he hasn't even been in the group in a minute.
I blocked Loveless 4 years ago, and it was the best decision I ever made.
Loveless done been on the podcast a couple times, man. You should check it out. Oh, but yeah,
I will leave right now. I will leave right now, bro.
he has been on a podcast a couple times though recently, but he hadn't been around. But none of these are Loveless. But we gonna keep moving on. The Liv and Dom storyline is corny and cringy. Unpopular opinion.
Nah.
It's not.
Nah, dude.
yes,
Nah.
it's
No.
done well and it works, but to me it is very corny.
What's corny about it?
He gay.
It's a wrestling show and we're watching like rom-com shit. Like it's rom-com shit, man.
But you just sat there and said
It's-
that sometimes you like the drama. That's what they provide.
You can do drama without doing. You can do like this. The Cody storyline was drama, but it was sports-based drama.
Right. So,
It's a
but
different
It
kind
ain't
of
gotta
drama.
be sports
Every
based.
story's gotta
It
be
brings a
different.
sense of realism into it. Motherfucker go through these types of problems every
Right.
day.
It's mad
Yeah,
relatable.
Dom
You
got the realest
Dom-
problems. I'm a fan of Dom now.
It's relatable as hell. You got Dom Mysterio. You got Dom Mysterio who be following around Rhea Ripley like he's some kind of can I say cuck? And then you got
yeah.
and then she gets hurt, and then Liv starts to show some interest, and Liv is literally we have never seen Dom and Rhea be physical at all on camera. Liv has been all over this man. So now he like, ooh, like this is nice. The attention I'm getting, this, that, and the third. SummerSlam, I'm telling you. Okay. Dom is going to turn on Rhea and help Liv because Liv is giving Dom all the things that Rhea has not been giving him. I'm telling you, it's relatable because I've been through the same shit too.
Mhm.
You
I
can
get
tell
all
he
of
been
that.
through the same shit. He said
broke
that with
something.
his
It's not a-
heart. He got
I'm
Something's
not
broken
arguing
on
that
his
it's a
desk.
badly
told us we've been
written
through that.
storyline. I'm not arguing that it's a badly written storyline. It's not. It's a well-written storyline, but it's a well-written storyline that belongs in like a teen drama high school show, not in a sports combat wrestling show.
Why
It
not?
feels weird for that to be in this context.
A
You're
lot of the
mixing up
best
the
stories
kinds
that
of
WWE has ever
audiences.
told had nothing to do with fucking sports combat, whatever the fuck you talking about. Some of the best stories are shit like that. The Attitude Era
which
was the
storylines are you
biggest,
talking
was
about?
the best time.
Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth.
I'm assuming he's talking about Bloodline.
There you go. Bloodline
Yeah,
too.
but okay.
Bloodline, Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth. That's a good one as well.
Bloodline is different because it's an adult story. This feels very much like a teenager story.
This
The Bloodline,
story
a story about like a dominant royal family controlling a wrestling empire, is much more appealing to the same kind of market that wrestling in general would than something like this. That's to me, that's the difference.
You do
Bro, this
realize
is grown ass
What is it about?
teenagers.
any story that WWE tells could be on a teen show, bro.
Not
Give me
all
one
of them.
storyline
The
they ran
Bloodline
that
story, I
could
don't
be on
think would work
episodes.
on a teen show.
Huh?
I don't think the Bloodline storyline is meant for a teenager show. Like it's a very mature story, and I don't think this is. It feels like the kind of story that would go in like
SmackDown
Degrassi
isn't a
or
mature
something.
show. SmackDown is not an adult show. It's on Fox.
What is the Fox has adult shows? What does that have to do with it?
Fox ain't showing no mature adult material at 8 p.m. on a Friday.
Got a point.
That's not true, man. I could go through their catalog right now, man. They got adult shows.
Okay, and tell me when I can turn to Fox at 8 o'clock on a weeknight and see some titties. When you can show me that, then I'll agree with you.
Adult show doesn't mean titties.
It's an adult show.
Yes, it does. What kind of adult black
is,
shows are you watching?
Before I move on from this, the thing is, the
Attitude
Era is the most popular time, the biggest time in wrestling history. And Vince Russo is on record of saying they were backstage watching the Jerry Springer show for a lot of their storyline motivations.
Yeah,
during the biggest
I didn't like
time in
all of that
wrestling.
stuff either. I didn't like all that stuff either. I'm not arguing that it didn't succeed. I recognize that by doing that kind of stuff, you're likely to encompass a more mainstream audience, get more female viewers, get more people who aren't hardcore wrestling fans. I understand why they do it. It's just not for me. It is kind of corny. A lot of the Attitude Era,
the last time
was
they did
very
this
corny.
was the last time they were very big. Like, think about it. It's like every time they're huge is when they have the audience like this. When they do
What's your
like
favorite storyline?
storylines like this.
My favorite storyline of all time in wrestling?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
That's a good question.
And if it's Bloodline, say something else.
Probably original Bray Wyatt, like cult leader Bray Wyatt. That the storyline with that, especially when, well, I can't even say Randy Orton because it ended so badly. But I really liked that character and the storylines that went along with him, I would say.
All right, let's go and move on because we got quite a few more. Speaking of Randy Orton should break Ric Flair's championship record, not Cena.
No, fuck that.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Yeah,
well,
no.
I'm gonna say no.
If you're gonna do it, do it with
no also. But it's not it's not as negative as you would think. I think that in order for him to beat the record, he needs 3 more, right?
Yeah,
Randy, I think he needs
his career. Him winning 3 world
3 more
championships is unrealistic.
3. What's the record?
16. He has 17 to beat it. He has 14. 14.
The reason why I don't think that he should be the one to break it is because Cena was, while the entire time of both of their primes, Cena was the top guy. Orton was usually given the belt either to be the villain for Cena to eventually overcome, or at some points the villain for Triple H to overcome. I think it would feel weird for Orton to have been the most title having champion ever when he wasn't even really the face of the company.
If you
at
think
his
about
peak.
it, I don't think Randy has one title reign where the story around his reign was about him being the champion.
No, yeah, that's exactly it.
That's a great point.
Cena, Triple H, Daniel Bryan, it was always about the other guy.
Wyatt.
Even before that, it was Christian, Mark Henry,
Triple
Jinder
H.
Mahal. It literally
Jinder
won the
Mahal.
championship for other people to beat him.
Transitional champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randy Orton should have left like everybody else did and became greater. That's why of those four guys, he's the wackest.
Four guys. What four guys? Him, Cena,
Lesnar,
Batista?
Yep.
Nah. You put if you had to power rank them, you'd put Randy at 4?
Yeah. If all four of them come back at different Royal Rumbles,
Hey, it's Bones.
Randy Orton is the one. I've been here for a long time at this point, Bobby.
He has actually.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
That boy is on goddamn Boost Mobile. He got chirping in the middle of the podcast.
You got that Ryan Reynolds jam.
No, because I kind of been distracted because my baby mama just came in to get something real quick through all that. So anyway, next one.
Say that's pretty good idea. All right.
Am I on the next one? No, I'm not.
17.
All right. Swerve Strickland has been a great champion. Unpopular opinion. What y'all think about Swerve's reign?
Fuck no. I love Swerve.
It's been okay.
Swerve been looking real Seth Rollins holding the secondary title-ish. Except AEW only has one title. When I say secondary title, I mean the World Heavyweight Champion. Whatever. That's how Swerve looks to me.
From what I've been seeing, they haven't been treating Swerve right, man. They haven't been treating Swerve right.
Isn't Punk still technically the champion? Right? Isn't he technically the champion? Everybody right now is intermediate. Like they're gonna be forever till Punk comes back. Like if Punk shows up, he's the champion again. That's how it works, right? They use the word internal.
The worst time.
They use the word interim, right?
Bob, your internet is tripping hard.
My internet?
Yeah, your internet's tripping hard.
Damn. There's really no way for me to really fix it. Can y'all hear me good?
Damn, they could get Wi-Fi. Yeah. That's a choice.
My Wi-Fi down right now, man.
Okay. All right.
Next.
One last point. The only time Swerve has looked great is in that match versus Ospreay.
Agreed. That was a great match too. Fucking fire.
Ricochet don't do a bad match.
Randy left at the worst time because this is his unpopular opinion. He's the one that typed this. So he said that pile drivers and other moves where someone is dropped directly on their head and neck should almost always not only be the finish of a match, but sold the way that Randy Orton's punt kick was, where the wrestler gets stretched and maybe doesn't show up for the following show.
For those of you who didn't hear that through him speaking through a room fan on Isolate, he said that hit any moves.
I don't even hear what y'all hear.
Yeah, you look crazy right now. You look like you look 64-bit right now.
16, motherfucker.
Exactly like
that's crazy because everything looks sounds normal on my end.
Your dreads look like the Godfather's dreads on No Mercy. So,
that's one of my favorite games. Shut the fuck up. My favorite game.
The unpopular opinion is that whenever a move like a pile driver is done, and it's like high impact onto somebody's head, it should not only end the match, but also it should like be treated like when Randy Orton punt kicked somebody, and you probably should be out for like a couple weeks if somebody pal drives you.
Well,
and to that I say, niggas stop watching wrestling.
No, that's dumb. I remember when they made the powerbomb illegal in WCW, and every time he did it, he got arrested, and I was like, that's the last time we'll see Nash tonight. Well, stupid. He's like the coolest dude on the show, man. Like, fuck, he just got arrested again. Now we got to watch all the Lucha Libre guys. Jericho.
That's really dumb. If you sold pile drivers like it was the punt, then everybody just why not just do a pile driver?
Or yeah.
Everybody.
Like if you're gonna get that realistic about things, then now you gotta be realistic in other areas.
Every wrestling
DDT, super kick, they all gotta kill a man.
How are you not going for a DDT?
That's what I'm saying.
The whole fight is trying to see who can do DDT first.
Low blow, DDT. So that's exactly what I do. End of the match.
So we said that's stupid, Bobby.
Randy's issue is he be wanting
oh my god, this dude sounds foreign.
Realistic.
This dude sounds like he's from a different country. Isa Ua, like a fucking Star Wars alien. What did you say?
To an extent, Lamar, yes. Definitely not to the extent that he was going at. And moving on to the next slide.
Next.
Bobby did come back.
Oh, no, I'm here for this one.
Next.
I'm mad Bobby is.
Bones agrees with this one.
Next.
The Undertaker, the character specifically.
Let's hear the argument.
And if you telling me that you agree, you felt like being an undead mortician was a great gimmick, you're a liar. There's no way you thought that was a great gimmick.
At the beginning of the show, you said that if we wanted to leave, we were free to. Does that still apply?
Nope. Now you locked into this category over. You gotta tell me why.
I put this on here specifically for Bones.
Was he a zombie? I thought Paul.
He was a zombie mortician who murdered his parents, only to find out that actually murdered his parents and his brother. Only to find out that actually his brother murdered his parents, and his brother was put into a home away. And he never knew about this at all. And his brother got out to murder him because his brother murdered his parents. Like on paper, you can't tell me this is a good gimmick. You can't. And then worked out for him because we didn't care about stupid shit. Because he came out at a time when niggas was plumbers, and the zombie mortician was way cooler than the goddamn plumber. Yes, but in general, no, that shit fucking stupid. Why you think he gave it up? He let that shit go. He let that whole zombie mortician shit go, and now it's loosely kind of like other interpretation of what the Undertaker actually is. Ever since Big Evil. And the fact that he had to move extremely slowly and never wrestle, also bad. Most of the shit of the Undertaker's actual character and gimmick is no longer a part of it. So whatever you're going to argue about is probably going to be shit that he did when he realized that shit was stupid himself.
And became an American badass.
He was an American badass. It was better. It was a better gimmick on paper, even though it was pretty stupid too. But
finisher was dope.
Mike, your turn.
I think the fact
the Undertaker gimmick is the greatest gimmick of all time. I don't know if y'all can understand me saying that.
We could. I heard that. I'm waiting for a response from Mr. Studley. He said no. I think the fact that you're calling him a mortician is like downplaying the name Undertaker.
That's really
I know it's exactly what it is, but you could have called him an Undertaker. You didn't have to call him a mortician.
He was literally
you know what I mean? You're hurt. It's like, damn, that's like lawyer talk, bro.
Also, we didn't even throw in the fact that the dude who mind controlled him was a fucking pallbearer. Pallbearer was a pall. Did you know that pallbearer was actually a pallbearer?
Yeah,
Do you know what pallbearer is? Anybody who fucking carried the casket? Come on.
That dude is scary, though. He sold the Undertaker. In my opinion, man. That dude was fucking scary.
You sound like Murder Mook.
Bro, he was so scary, man. I think he sold the whole gimmick as well.
I mean, I don't know. I'm going off of what's trash. You can't say it now because now his character is actually undefined. All the things that I'm saying do not apply to Undertaker now because Undertaker knew that shit was stupid and just let it go. And now he's just an undefined ass dead nigga, which is still kind of crazy and weird as shit. But you know what? We love him for it now, even though it's fucking stupid. Just like we love wrestling. But that don't make it not fucking stupid.
And wrestling's not trash though.
Wrestling is kind of stupid, bro. That's what makes
No,
it
lots
good.
of things
It's a
about
gimmick
wrestling.
from like the 70s, bro. Like
Lots
how
of
when
things
the
about
80s.
wrestling is trash.
It's just like, yeah, it's a gimmick from the 80s, and he made it work all the way for like fucking forever. 40 years, dude. It's insane. And the fact
That's
that he got
why
to
it's
pull
the
that
greatest
off.
gimmick of
Yeah,
all
it's
time
an
because he
old
made
school
it work
gimmick.
for 40 years.
You're right. When everybody was a dumb job, like
You
there was
know
a
how
homeless
he-
there was
you
a
know
homeless
how he
dude
is.
from Brooklyn.
He had, and for some
You know
reason,
what I
he
mean?
got somehow he
There was
able
so
to
many
get that
dumb
gimmick
gimmicks
over.
back
How he
then.
made it work,
And-
Bobby?
How he
You
made
know
it
how he
work?
made it work? Because after the era of everybody being cool with stupid shit, he changed that gimmick to be
Yeah.
nothing but undefined.
He
Shit,
became
'cause
like
in 1997, he became a cult leader. He was no longer undead zombie. He didn't die in 1997.
It was still basically,
1995,
it was an evolved form of that gimmick.
It was
an
a
evolved form
a
of that
completely
gimmick.
different gimmick with the same
It
name.
wasn't different.
How you evolve from being a
was
zombie to not being a
evolved.
zombie? How you
Bones,
evolve
the
from-
best thing you can do right now is just go to the next one.
How you evolve from being a zombie?
He
The best thing
evolved
you can
because
do-
he became a fucking dark underworld type of character and shit. Like
How you evolve from being
motherfucking,
a zombie to not being a zombie?
The best thing you could do right now.
because he's not a regular zombie now. He's over all the fucking zombies, nigga.
He's not a zombie at all. When was the last time Undertaker died?
This might be the worst argument I've ever heard between two grown men. Can we go to the next, please?
Undertaker ain't died since 1995 when we saw him go to heaven. That shit was
Thank
great
you.
too,
The
huh?
Undertaker is evolved.
That shit was great too. When
No
Undertaker went
ways
to heaven.
to evolve. Nobody's gimmick is the exact same the whole time. Even Kane's gimmick evolved over time. Everybody gimmick go through little tweaks and changes that evolves the character over
And before
time.
he went through big tweaks and changes, it was trash.
I have never heard an argument where both sides had such bad points. Listen, Undertaker's gimmick is not trash. Like Lamar said, I said I was refusing to speak until somebody said something that was smart. Lamar said the character lasted 20 years. It can't be trash because with every trash
Nigga, I
gimmick,
said that before.
I said that. What the
Lamar
fuck?
wrote it.
Hold on. Well, I didn't hear you say it. You sound like Mr. Roboto the whole
Yo, I
time.
said it too. What the fuck?
Every
Go ahead. My bad.
trash gimmick in history has what? Gotten trashed and repackaged. Undertaker repackaged, but it based on the same character. He was never like, I'm Undertaker the Dead Man, and all of a sudden he was just like, now I'm a chiropractor. Like,
Unagreed.
Exactly.
Never changed jobs, bro.
You know what else was a trash gimmick that did not get repackaged? It just literally evolved? Kama Mustafa, the Supreme Fighting Machine, was a horrible gimmick. It just evolved when the Attitude Era hit to become the Godfather.
wrong.
That's a completely
It's
different
gimmick.
gimmick.
He did not. He did not. He was the same person.
That is a
All he did was-
100%.
he got a job.
He went and then went from an MMA fighter to a pimp. How is that
All he
evolving?
did was got a new job. I mean, if Undertaker didn't evolve, if Undertaker
My
evolved by
fucking
not
God.
being a zombie no more, then how the hell is he not evolving by being the same person who decided
He wasn't the same person.
Yo,
He was a
yo,
completely
Tom.
different person. He wasn't
He said Kama
Kama. He was the
Mustafa.
Godfather. A completely different
His
name
name,
and
his name was
everything.
Kama Mustafa still.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Find
Go back
the
and watch,
promo.
motherfucker.
Find proof.
It was
Give me
when
proof.
they called him the Godfather. He was still named
I'll
Kama.
cash app you $10. Give me proof.
All right, bet. I got you later. Moving on.
No, I never thought you'd drop it. Oh,
Drew McIntyre is.
I
the best
gotta
character.
find the shit now.
man,
Yeah,
I mean, if that's what you like, I mean, that's totally an opinion. I mean, good on you if you like Drew McIntyre. I think he's good.
that's
All
not
of these
bad.
are opinions.
I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what am I gonna say? Oh no, he's not. I mean, That's
Yeah.
what you like, bro. I mean, he looks like Jesus.
I'm gonna 100% says no, he's not.
I mean, he looks like Jesus. There's other characters that I enjoy better, but
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. No, I'd agree with this. McIntyre, I would say he is the best character on TV, just based on like the story going back to when he lost to Gunther, when he returned and he came back. Like just his entire story when he went from this good guy until he tired of being a good guy because everybody screws me over, and look what happens. He blames everybody for himself, but he only gets screwed over when he screws himself over. When he
goes all the way back to Roman, even.
Yeah, it's
back to Roman.
It's great. It's the best example of character development that the WWE has right now. There's not a better developed character in the WWE right now.
I'm really trying to think to make a good argument with that because I don't want to agree, but I can't. I don't have anything.
I mean, I'm saying that's what you like. I'm saying that's cool. That's what I was saying earlier.
I mean that could be your answer for all.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So we can keep it moving.
This sounds like
God dang.
In-ring monologue promos. This is another Randy when he left. In-ring monologue promos should be mostly replaced with sports-style interviews and press conferences to hype fights. Also adding more shit talking on social media.
No.
I do miss the interviews with like Mean Gene when someone will come up and ask a reporter, like ask a wrestler a question. So it's like you're not going to like to start talking about somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird. Like he's just in a room by himself. But if you like ask him questions, it seems like more of a natural. It's easier for like a stranger to watch.
What did Byron Saxton die or something? I didn't know about it. Don't that nigga still do the thing?
I'm just saying it replaced.
He means stuff like somebody.
Is he around? I haven't seen Byron Saxton in a while.
Yeah, he's a backstage interviewer.
He was just doing something with somebody.
What
I went down this rabbit hole with people shitting on Byron Saxton. It was hilarious.
What they mean is like they should like the way UFC has like press conferences and stuff, or like New Japan does it sometimes too, where they have press conferences in like sit down interviews and stuff instead of in ring promos, to where people are in the ring going back and forth at each other saying, "I'm gonna do this and you're this and you're that." And I disagree with that because that's what makes wrestling.
Talking to the people in the middle of the ring. It's the whole
this
shit.
Next.
Here you go, Ted. WCW from 1991 to 1994 is better than the Nitro era of WCW. And when I asked for clarification, which kind of made this a little more crazy, they said when they consider the Nitro era of WCW, they are talking about from 1995 all the way up until they closed.
All right, I'm going to make an unpopular opinion about this. WCW was always whack. At no point was WCW consistently good. No era. There's no good era of WCW. They was always doing some shit that didn't make no fucking sense. It didn't start in 2000.
So, like, if that's the case, then
I'm trying to think of the year 91.
If that was the case, there's no era of WWE that was good consistently either, because WWE always has stupid shit mixed in with their shit too.
You don't
in every era.
I don't mean mixed in. I don't mean mixed in. I mean the way that the way that WCW was in 2000. I'm saying it was that bad in 1992.
I'm trying to think of what happened in 91.
Those were the years when Hulk Hogan came and they made the entire show about stopping Hulkamania. But they had a cage
91
with everybody in there. That was like 93.
Oh, when Hogan first showed up. I don't know. That's kind of the dumbest shit I've ever heard, man. Wrestling got really good when Nitro came about and started like when the NWO showed up when it was like just 5 people in the beginning. That was like the greatest drama ever. People were going up to school like WWF is taking over. It's like people were really buying in the fuck in, and it's like it was insane. It's like no, I mean even Nitro, even Raw. It's like Raw was even more entertaining back then. It's like the whole competitive nature of the whole thing. It's like there's Scott Hall on Nitro, but then why is an ugly ass Razor Ramon and fucking like an ugly ass Diesel on like on I don't know. But how do you fucking even compare that shit?
I feel like the
kind of
NWO, the NWO alone is enough to carry the Nitro era.
Yeah, like and then DDP shows up.
Yeah.
Fucking like that was it was like DDP and Sting versus everybody, dude. It was like everybody else was in the NWO, and it was like Sting karate chop fucking everybody. That shit was insane.
Don't leave
Not
out
like
I know it's cool. I know now it's cool to not like Goldberg or any people like Goldberg.
When Goldberg started showing up, it was kind of weird, man. I just
And y'all know, and Bones know I'm a fan of that era of WCW too, but it was too to compare both of those eras. It was too much bad stuff going on from 91 to 94. Too much.
And there was that's like Dungeon of Doom when fucking when the Giant shows up first, right? No, that's even that's still Nitro era.
91 to 94. That's when Hulk Hogan killed the Giant in a monster show.
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, that was
Also,
I fell off when at 91. I came back to it hard, like when.
And then
when
you
Nitro
gotta
started.
talk about the old stuff, like the 91 stuff, like when they were bringing RoboCop.
That was the shit.
WCW.
Wait, shut up.
It was too much bad shit going on. I'm a fan of that era.
When you're like 8 years old, that is the shit.
Surfer Sting is my favorite Sting. That's
Surfer
my era,
Sting is
but
this thing.
It's too much.
All right, good talk.
I don't agree with that one.
I remember the wrestling was really good back then. Even watching wrestling, just the wrestling matches in retrospect, during WCW, I watched an old Steiner Brothers match. I was like, this is better than anything I've seen recently. It's like they're really fucking wrestling. They look like they're fucking really going at it. It's like different. It's just like they're taking. It's just a different.
I don't even see that one on the list, but fuck it. AEW equals WCW. If Turner didn't say
he said AEW is if WCW is what AEW is what Eric Bischoff would have done with WCW if Ted Turner never sold it. I don't even think it's worth talking about or understand what.
I don't understand how this is different people involved.
I don't even know why you decided to make this one. Can we move forward?
I don't know. I don't have this one on here, so I can't.
I bet. The best wrestler is a woman and not in the U.S. That's what it said. The best wrestler in the world is a woman, and she does not wrestle on this continent. I don't know who that person is supposed to be.
Is she a Mexican or a Japanese lady? That's like the only two I can guess. Canadian?
Because whoever she is, I ain't never heard of her.
Right. How do you make this conversation?
Do you have the answer to this, Bobby?
That don't sound like
not a guess. Studley, you know?
They could be talking about Julia, but she's on her way.
Reigns to me.
Isn't she white?
Bobby, nobody can hear you. We finna skip this one too.
Was she Japanese or something?
And that's why she can't be the best. That's why part of being the best wrestler.
Bobby, nobody can hear you. We don't even know who you're talking about, Bobby. We have no idea who you're talking about. All we heard was, and that's why she can't be the best. That's it. All right, cool. So, Bobby, could you hear me tell you that we didn't hear any of that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Moving on. I don't even know who this is. So let's move on to number 25.
Hey, we did 25 of these.
Nobody wants a WWE alternative.
Agreed. Next.
Agreed. Okay. All right, cool. Last one. I added this last minute. Jacob Fatu is a better high flyer than Jeff Hardy. Can anybody tell me why that's not true? Taking deep breaths. I've seen Jacob Fatu do Jeff Hardy's most high-flying moves much better than Jeff Hardy. I've seen Jacob Fatu do a moonsault
He did Tiffany Stratton's. He did Tiffany Stratton's moonsault, bro.
I've seen Jeff Hardy. I've seen Jacob Fatu jump from the turnbuckle to the announce table much better than Jeff Hardy. I don't see anything that Jeff Hardy can do high flying wise or shit in general better than Jacob Fatu.
He got Scorpion.
I assume that Jeff Hardy can do Jeff Hardy's dance better than Jacob Fatu, but I do not think that Jeff Hardy can dance better than Jacob Fatu. I think he can only do one specific dance that should be done only the way that he does it better than Jacob Fatu. But
why are we talking about the nigga dance?
Better. Yes.
What?
Point being, Jeff Hardy is not better than Jacob Fatu at the one thing everybody thinks Jeff Hardy is good at. Which Jeff Hardy is not good at, because Jeff Hardy is not a good high flyer, nor is he actually even a high flyer. We should not even consider him to be a high flyer. That's another unpopular opinion. Nope. Nobody disagree?
I mean, I disagree. I'm just not about to fight with you again.
I mean, that's the entire. What's the point of having the show?
Because you don't listen.
You can't
go for it. Do it. Do it.
No, with Jeff
Defend the Hardys, man.
Him a high flyer. Your
Defend the
argument
Hardys.
that he's a great high faller.
Defend the Hardys.
Jacob Fatu can't be a better high flyer than Jeff Hardy because Jacob Fatu is not a high flyer, Bones.
Is Jeff Hardy?
Yeah.
Do you think Jeff Hardy's a high flyer because the only thing he can kind of do well is do high flying moves, and because Jacob Fatu can do high flying moves but other things? Because Jacob Fatu does more high flying moves than Jeff Hardy. He has more in his arsenal as far as high flying moves than Jeff Hardy does. So why can't he be a better high flyer than Jeff Hardy?
Because he's not a high flyer.
Is Jeff Hardy?
You know,
like, why is Jeff Hardy?
Do you know the definition of a high flyer?
What is it?
You tell me.
You tell me like I don't have a proper definition.
If you know what the definition of a high flyer is, then tell me what it is.
Someone who does high flying moves.
Wrong. A high flyer is a wrestler whose whole offensive move set is based around high flying moves. Jacob Fatu's
Jeff Hardy's isn't. Jeff Hardy has two. He has two high flying moves. Two. He don't do no hurricane runners. He's done 4 moonsaults his entire career. What makes Jeff Hardy a high flyer then? He does 2 high flying moves. He's not doing no lucha libre style. That's why I hate him, is because nobody acknowledges the fact that he doesn't do high flying.
So Jacob Fatu is doing a lucha libre style?
More than Jeff Hardy?
Or that at Holmes.
Is Jacob Fatu wrestling a lucha libre style?
More than Jeff Hardy.
That's not what I'm asking you, Bones.
What I'm saying to you is that if I can't, if you're not calling Jacob Fatu a high flyer, you also cannot call Jeff Hardy.
Okay, but I just asked you a question.
Jacob Fatu is still a better high flyer than Jeff Hardy.
I just asked you a question.
I answered it.
But you're not answering the question I'm asking. I'm not asking, is Jacob Fatu more of a high flyer than Jeff Hardy? I'm saying, is Jacob Fatu wrestling a lucha libre style?
Absolutely not.
So he's not a high flyer based off of your definition you just gave.
Okay, yes. Based off of my description, Jeff Hardy's also not a high flyer. So 2 people who both aren't high flyers, one can be better at high flying than the other. True or false? One can be better at high flying moves than the other. And Jacob Fatu is better than Jeff Hardy. By a long shot. It's not even fucking close.
So, but what you just said isn't even what you said in the beginning.
Okay.
You just said that Jacob Fatu is better at high flying moves than Jeff Hardy. But at the beginning, you said Jacob Fatu is a better high flyer than Jeff Hardy. But you just established that Jacob Fatu is not a high flyer. So this
I have established.
So is this the last one?
I have properly established that neither one of them are high flyers. Yes, you're correct. We've come to the conclusion with my other unpopular opinion that Jeff Hardy is not a high flyer.
You came to that conclusion.
All right, guys, it's been fun. I was gonna do something. I didn't set up my thing right. I don't want Spike to curse me out. And Bobby not here, and I don't think anybody else has anything to say. And if I wish that one of y'all would have did the STFU to me and cut the show off, but nobody did. So sometimes your friends let you down.
Shut the fuck up. What are you doing?